Well, our form has been absolutely awful and we find ourselves in a relegation battle. But it's irrelevant today because we take on our biggest rivals, Brighton. Hello everyone and welcome to part 3 of A Selhurst Success Story. And once again, it's not very successful. Hopefully things will turn around pretty soon and the success can start. Before we get going, just like to ask you all to leave a like, comment below, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell to know when new videos are uploaded. Right, so since you were last with me, things haven't been going very well. In the last episode, we beat Aston Villa and drew with Everton. Since then, we've picked up a point, a single lonely little point. We lost 5-0 away at Arsenal, 4-2 away at Man City, 6-2 away, 4-2 at home to Man City, 6-2 away to Southampton, 3-1 away to Leicester, drew 0-0 with Wolves, and lost 5-3 at home to Chelsea. I switched to a 5-2-3 for the Wolves game, just to try and be a bit more defensive. We kept a clean sheet. We had conceded, 10, 15, 18 goals in 4 games. So I thought we've got to try and keep a clean sheet. Played a bit more defensive, kept a clean sheet. But then I switched to a 4-4-2 diamond for the Chelsea game because we hadn't scored a goal against Wolves. Scored 3 goals, but also conceded 5. I'm probably going to stick with the diamond for the Brighton game to start with, see how we go. Look at the table, it's a bit of a sorry sight, to be fair. 17th place, 2 points outside the relegation zone, and we've got Norwich next. We've got Brighton and then Norwich. Pick up a couple of wins, we move, hopefully jump up to about here again, and it's all gravy. But a couple of defeats and we could be bang in trouble, and I might be out of a job soon. One thing that really annoys me about this game, and it's worse this year than I've ever seen it, is squad players constantly complaining about their playing time. The people that make this game really need to do something about it, because I've had 5, 6 players come to me that are squad players and say the playing time I've been promised hasn't been stuck to. I want to go out on loan, so you end up having to promise people that you'll put them out on loan or you'll play them. They're squad players. The makers of the game need to put it into the game so that if you're on the bench, if a player is on the bench, regardless of if they come on the pitch or not, you're still in the squad. The player is still in the squad. In the matchday squad, he's on the bench, squad player. It's being fulfilled. So why is it constant? Like literally, if you look at the squad, right, I've had, since the last episode, I've had Luka Milivojevic. James McArthur's gone out on loan because of it. Chris Mepham. Latomba, the right back. He's another one. Mateta. I think that's it. That's the 5. Yeah, 5 players that they're squad players and they're complaining about their playing time. Well, they're all on the bench. They're in the squad. What are they complaining about? But for some reason, a squad player in Football Manager 22 thinks that they should be starting every bloody game. But anyway, enough of a rant. Let's go and play Brighton, shall we? Like I said, we're going to stick with the 4-4-2 diamond that I played against Chelsea. We might have lost, but it was against Chelsea, so we still scored 3 goals. And the team is going to be Guaita in goal, Ward, Mepham, Guehi, Mitchell, Kouyaté, Riedewald and Gallagher in midfield, Eze behind Mateta and Edouard up front. As you can see from the average ratings, our players haven't been great this season. But we've got a few that are over 7. Elise is one of our better players, but we're not playing with wingers at the minute, so that's why he's not in the starting lineup. But this is a game against our rivals, so I'm going to point the finger assertively and tell them to nothing from anyone. But they're all composed, so I suppose that's a good thing. I don't know why I have to do this every single game. And the game's underway, and hopefully we can get something out of this, because we need to do something to turn our form around. Because as it stands, the board wanted me to finish mid-table, and we're struggling at the wrong end of the table. As Gallagher dispossesses their attacking player, Edouard back to Mitchell, Gallagher, Edouard. Can they find a route through? Brighton appear to be defending in numbers. They're closing down the ball quite well, actually. But can we get in behind? There's Edouard. He does get in behind. Can he find a pass? Yes, Eze! Eberici, Eze, 1-0. Great attacking play there. Brighton's defence, and their midfield players, they were pressing well, and that's what he needed, that killer pass. Edouard, perfectly timed run. I thought he had run into a bit of trouble, but he turned it back, picks out Eze, and that is 1-0. Is that offside? Look marginal. Yeah, offside. Goal disallowed. You see he went a little bit too early. Very marginal though. I'll take it. I'm not going to complain. That's good attacking play though. Our defence needs to be better. There you go. Get back and defend. That's what our players need to do. I mean, we're conceding so many goals this season. I don't know if it's the keeper or just the fact that our defence ain't good enough. As Mitchell gets a cross in, Mateta gets up with a header, and Eze. What was their defender doing? Emery Eze, second goal of the game. Get in! Mitchell with a lovely cross. Mateta headed it down. It went to their defender. I think it was Basuma. And he just stood there with it and watched Eze smash the ball home for 2-0. And Brighton may have had most of the possession here, but they haven't actually had a shot on target yet. They've only just had one shot. They've had the disallowed goal, but that was offside. It was disallowed. It don't count. But that is a fantastic first half from Crystal Palace. And I've got to praise them because it's been excellent, considering how poor our results have been, sorry. I know we've played a lot of teams towards the top of the table like Chelsea, Man City, Arsenal. I mean, Leicester were flying quite high when they played us, I think. The Southampton one was a bit of a dodgy result. That's not part of the plan. The 2-0, the curse of 2-0 again, is it? There's another thing in this game that gets to... the defending is so poor. Defender was the wrong side and the goalkeeper was useless. Brighton have come out in his second half much better than they were in the first. Yeah, another thing, when you're 2-0 up, it's the hardest scoreline to defend. The amount of times, like in different saves and stuff, that I've been 2-0 up and the other team have come back and got a 2-2 draw out of it, or even nicked a win. But hopefully, we're not going to let that happen today. Mitchell with his ball over the top. Edouard. No, the defender cuts it out. Fantastic challenge from Koyate there. But again, we give it away. And this is a long highlight. Normally the long highlights end with a goal. Or something major happening anyway. And there you go. I said it, didn't I? 2-0 is the worst scoreline to try it. Like, you go 2-0 up in real life and you're quite confident that you're going to get something out of that game. Go 2-0 up in Football Manager and it's hard to get too excited by it because the amount of times that you throw away a 2-0 lead is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And now they've got a corner. If they score from this, they're going to be 3-2 up. And there you go, 3-2. We were 2-0 up. Absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. 2-0 up, absolutely cruising. And now we're 3-2 down with just over 10 minutes left. Everyone's anxious and hesitant and frustrated. I'm anxious, hesitant and frustrated because this game is bloody ridiculous. Oh, just don't understand it. You're completely in control of a game. Yeah, it happens in real life where a team will throw away a 2-goal, even a 3-goal lead. I've seen 4-goal leads thrown away. But it doesn't happen every single time you go 2-0 up. In Football Manager, every single time you go 2-0 up, you throw it away. Right. That brings Zaha on for Edouard. I know Eze's on a hat-trick, but I don't want to watch it back. Yes. Just stupid. Absolutely ridiculous. You have squad players complaining every bloody 5 minutes that they want to play. And then they get the ump if they don't. And then you go 2-0 up in a crucial game and you throw it away. It's like, what's the point? They seem to make this game more and more impossible every year. If you manage one of the big clubs and you've got all the money, fair enough, like you can win things. But you do a series with a team like Palace, you do a save with a team like Palace, mid-table, not a lot of money. It doesn't matter how well the players play. It's so frustrating. Right, I've given my head a wobble and calmed myself down a little bit after the last game. It's just so frustrating. And now we have a must-win. It is a must-win game. We're away to Norwich, the team one place below us in the league. If they beat us, we fall into the relegation zone. I'm switching it to the 5-2-3 wing play style of play that we played against Wolves. Got a 0-0 draw against Wolves. I need to avoid defeat in this game. So we've got Guaita in goal, Anderson, Ferguson and Mepham. Why have I put Ferguson? Oh yeah, he wasn't 100%, that's why. Just can't. I put him in and I was like, hold on a minute. Latomba and Schlupp as wing backs, Milivojevic, Gallagher, Elise Zaha, and Edouard up front as the advanced forward. We've got players that are struggling for fitness: Mateta, Koyate. Not fully fit, so they're out of the squad today. It's only been 2 days since our last game. Oh, Nathan Ferguson didn't even have a number, look. But I'm starting with Ferguson. He's going to get 45 minutes and then it'll be changed. Because he's not completely fit. This game is must win, really. I said before I want to avoid defeat, but it's a must win. If we win it, then we move clear of the relegation zone. Not very far clear, but need to start climbing up the table. Otherwise, this could be another series that ends really quickly with me getting a sack. Milivojevic over the top, but can't find Zaha. Norwich is just passing the ball about. And there you go. Latomba kicks him up in the air. Ref's going to go to VAR about a penalty. Latomba's been moaning that he wants to play. I let him play and he kicked someone up in the air on the edge of the box. Luckily, it was outside the box and it isn't a penalty. Not exactly having many chances though, are we? And Norwich are a team in a relegation zone and they're outplaying us in every department. Tackle him then. As the keeper spills it again, but luckily Ferguson manages to smash it away. I think if I don't get the sack, I think a goalkeeper might be number one priority in January. Because even though Guaita has got an overall rating above 7, he hasn't been that good, really. He makes a lot of mistakes. He'll make a couple of saves, which gets his rating up, and then he'll make a mistake to concede a goal, which is not ideal, really. Right. Ferguson has had more than enough time, and he's playing shit. He's on a 6.2. So I'm going to take Ferguson off and bring Gahey on, which was what I said I was going to do before. Funnily enough, Ferguson said he weren't fit and could only play 45 minutes, but he's in a better condition than a couple of the other players. I might I was going to bring Readable on for Mepham, but I'm going to bring him on for Conor Gallagher because Gallagher looks absolutely shattered. It'd be nice to actually have an attack. We haven't had an attack in this game. And here we go. Here's one. Elise over the top. Anderson. Oh, it's hit the post. Well, he was offside anyway. So, first highlight with us having an attack, and it's a free kick where one of our players is offside. It's helpful, isn't it? Extremely helpful. But, as it stands, yeah, we're going to finish. Yeah. Full time, 0-0. So what I've established is when we play the 5-2-3 with wing backs, we don't score a goal, but we don't concede any. Used it twice and got 2 0-0 draws. Against teams that we should be better than, really. That draw, it keeps us 2 points out of the relegation zone. We're now 9 points off of 11th. That's sort of the target point for me. 11th. They want us to finish mid-table, so 11th, maybe 12th. So we need to start stringing some results together. Otherwise, we're going to be in a relegation battle for the rest of the season. We do have games in hand, so that could come in handy. But it won't unless we can start winning. And I've got to try and find a system where we don't concede so many goals, but we can actually score, because we don't score in this system, but we don't concede. Other systems, we score goals, but we concede a load as well. So I'm going to now have a look and see what I can do in the January transfer window. And hopefully, I'll be back again with a few wins under our belt and a bit more of a secure position job-wise. Or you might be joining me for the next episode to see me get the sack again. If you enjoyed that, please leave a like, comment below, subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell to know when future videos are released. And I will see you again very soon. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.